And he wants his bridge all the way down to the body, so I'm just going to tighten it down a couple of turns at a time, keep them even. About all there is. Feels like they're at the end of the hole. Definitely. And he gave me the strings that he wants. They're 9 to 42s. Okay, something I need to show you. So these potentiometers, they're knurled, which means they have the teeth here, and they've got this groove in them. So you can squeeze them together a little bit with a plier, but if you squeeze them too hard, they're going to snap right off, and all that work for nothing. Also, they're adjustable as the thread, as you can tell with the thread. Problem is, there's literally no room in the pot cavity, and they're sticking up a ridiculous amount. Okay, so if you order the wrong size knobs, you can literally ruin a brand new pot. I pushed so hard that I pushed so hard trying to get this knob on that it literally came apart. The potentiometer literally came apart. Okay, so easy fix. All you do is take pliers, because when it comes apart, the shaft is going to come out of this box here, and hopefully it's all in one piece, or two pieces, you know, technically. So what you do is you put the shaft back in place inside the box here, and you just flip over these I can't even think of what they're called at the moment, tabs. There you go. Just flip the tabs over on top of the shaft again, and it works fine. Okay, so this is typically how I would wire up a tone potentiometer. Put the cap on the base here, solder that, and put it into the middle lug, and solder it on the top of the base, and then have a jumper from the left lug over to the volume pot left lug, or you can just use the cap itself. You go from the left lug to the go from the left lug to the left lug with just the cap wire itself. It's not very flexible doing that, so you have to really make sure it's in the right spot to do that. The reason I mention that is because these no-load tone pots, CTS, these no-load tone pots are they have a little less surface area. Don't really want to get near the center lug here. So if you're worried about how much you can solder onto it, you know, you just do it like that. Just go from the center, go from the left to the left if you want to. It's all the same. It all goes, the voltage all goes the same place. So I've had these pots inside this cavity several times, and this time I couldn't get the pots to seat well enough to screw them or bolt them in. Turns out I had to cut the end of this wire off because it was protruding too far. It doesn't take much. So this cover screw, the wood is stripped out, so I could fill it in and re-drill it, or just put a drop of glue in there, or I could just take a piece of shaving of wood, shove it in there, and it'll tighten it right up. I opted for a small glob of glue, and I'll just clean it up around the edges. I'm going to put the cover on, put these two screws in first, and then put that screw in last, and the glue will settle around it, the screw, and it'll be good. So I completed the wiring and put the covers back on in the back. Gotta set it up now. He wants it as low as it'll get without buzzing, and I've changed my mind. I think it's a 15-inch radius. So now I'm gonna set up the bridge after I tune it. So when you're ordering knobs, make sure you know whether your switch is metric or imperial, meaning if it's import or if it's made in the US. Imperial and imports have different counts of splines. So imperials have between 9 and 10 splines or teeth on each side of the knurl or the groove cut. Imports have about 8. So this is a brand new knob, and it won't fit the imperial or the US. This is the original potentiometer. It fits right on it. So the metric ones just kind of popped on the originals, just kind of popped right into place. These American size knobs, they go on kind of difficult, and a little worried about pushing them too hard to break another pot or something. But they're on and they're sticking, so I'm going to leave them. I prefer to tune from the bottom up. Makes me feel like the E string is under less stress. Remember, when you're tuning, strike it as hard as you would play it, otherwise it'll be flat. I was going to do a complete setup, raising the bridge and then lowering it as hard as I could before it would until it started buzzing, and then raise it back up again. But I don't know if it's the humidity or if it's these tuners. These are original tuners, I'm assuming. I forgot to count their ratio, but I'm pretty positive they're 12-to-1 or less, because you move it an eighth of a turn and it's completely off key, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. Don't judge the guitar on my horrid playing or my horrid amp. dead spots. It's better?
They never work.
Well, yeah, I know they didn't work.
Tone. Yeah.
I won't be able to use anything you just played because YouTube will just shut me down.
Oh.
So.
You want me to play? I can play when I pick it up.
No, just play. Just tell me what's your general assessment. I mean.
Oh.
So.
Of what you did?
Yeah. What I'm charging.
It's nice and clean. It's cleaner than it's been since I, got it.
Okay. It's a brand
from
new
beginning
Switch,
to now, it's like a brand new guitar.
Okay.
Yep. These actually. Well, wait a minute. Actually, do something when you put it, and they're nice and smooth. They don't go up and down real fast. They're nice and smooth. Yep. And then the tones. Yeah, like it. They've always been that way though. Yeah, still good though.
Yeah, like I said, if you put a treble bleed circuit in there, you'll actually be able to use the entire tone switch.